Ago, Governor Andy Beshear spoke about the severe weather expected to hit Kentucky. Emergency operations have been activated across the state, and we are looking, as you heard, of overnight storms with flash flooding very possible. Beshear warning you to be weather aware as best as you can and to avoid travel if it's not necessary. He shared all the different ways you can stay connected with those severe weather updates.
So Kentuckians can listen to weather warnings by having an NOAA weather radio, listening to local TV and radio updates, connecting to wireless emergency alerts and weather apps, listening for outdoor sirens, visiting weather.gov or mobile.weather.gov, or receiving notifications from family, friends, and coworkers. Be prepared tonight and tomorrow night.
Beshear also said all state office buildings will be closed at 2 p.m. today and tomorrow to allow employees time to get home. Stay connected with us for all severe weather updates. Just make sure you have that WHAS11 app downloaded on your phone. Turn on the push alerts so you will get the latest notifications when they happen in your neighborhood. All right, in other news, JCPS board members will be back in the hot seat tonight as they make plans for another school year. They're weighing two scenarios that could drastically change school start times for some. Their plans drawing criticism from different corners. The start times we know will be 7:30, 8:30, 8:40 and 9:40 a.m. The question is which schools will go when. Option 1 would change the start times for 87 schools. 24 would change by more than an hour. Option 2 is the scenario preferred by the district, and it changes start times for more than 100 schools, 63 by an hour or more. We spoke with one parent who described this upcoming school year as a 1-2 punch, losing both transportation and potentially having a huge shakeup in the start time.
I don't know how to stomach that. I don't know how to plan around that. I don't know if I switch careers and then now I'm not here when they get home in the afternoons and well, I've been in daycare all this time. Now do I have to find childcare for them? They've never been anywhere.
The JCPS board voted to cut transportation to most magnet and traditional schools back in April. Tonight's meeting is set to start at 6 o'clock at the Van Hoos Education Center. We're told there will be public comment. And we do have the full list of schools facing changes on our website. You can see how different options would impact your school. We'll have a crew at tonight's meeting and we'll share the very latest developments online and on air. Well, all of this is going on while some JCPS officials are in Puerto Rico on a recruiting mission in hopes of trying to fill 300 open teaching positions. The district went on a similar recruiting trip about 7 years ago and ended up hiring 20 educators from Puerto Rico. We spoke with Cheryl Amador, who moved to Kentucky from Puerto Rico back in 2017 and now teaches kindergarten at Goldsmith Elementary. She told us she was very nervous about moving here, but says it's been an amazing experience because of the opportunities given to her family.
I love my job. I've been teaching for 19 years. 11 of those were in Puerto Rico and 7 of the rest have been here at JCPS. I love teaching. That's my passion. I love being in the classroom, walking inside, seeing those happy faces every day of my kids. And I have like a master's degree in on leadership, and I have been decided to stay in the classroom because I love being with the kids.
JCPS said it has around 40 Puerto Rican educators working across the district as we speak. Former Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll will finish out his jail time for being in contempt of court as scheduled. Knoll has been in the Scott County Jail since a hearing last month when the judge expressed his anger about Knoll possessing firearms he wasn't supposed to have. Yesterday, a former FBI agent testified during recent searches of Knoll's 4 properties where he found 2 additional semi-automatic pistols in Knoll's Jeffersonville home. But the judge decided not to extend his punishment, saying he never actually certified that all guns had been removed after that initial April 9th hearing.
And then these additional weapons were discovered. I promise you there would have been additional sanctions, but because that certification had not been made, I don't think it would be fair to do so.
So far, Knoll has served half of his 60 days for contempt of court. Well, the man accused of assaulting and harassing women in Louisville's medical district has been deemed incompetent to stand trial once again. That, according to a psych evaluation presented to a judge yesterday, it is the same decision 31-year-old Antonio Coleman has faced every time he's been arrested. A public defender said Coleman's last evaluation was last October. Following yesterday's results, Coleman was released to a mental health facility where he'll stay for 72 hours. He's expected to be released on Thursday. Well, Metro Police are asking for your help after a man was hit and killed on 65 South. Police are still trying to identify the truck that initially hit him. This all happened yesterday around 1:30 in the morning at the Arthur Street exit near the University of Louisville. Officers weren't called to the scene until about 9:15 when they found the man dead. Investigators believe he climbed over the guardrail and onto the interstate and was standing along the shoulder when he was hit by a light-colored pickup truck and then again by two other cars, none of which stopped. If you know anything, call 574-LMPD. Neighbors at a Southside apartment complex are concerned after a man and an 8-year-old boy were injured during a drive-by shooting. It happened Sunday night around 9:30 at the Heritage Green Apartments right off Southside Drive. One man who lives there told us he's not surprised by the violence and is hoping this raises more awareness for heightened security.
Ain't that many security around here. When I walked to the store, I might see a couple of them, and that's it. Who's going to be the next kid going to get shot around here?
Police say the two victims were released from the hospital yesterday, but if you know anything that could help them in this case, call that tip line again. Well, it is primary election day in Indiana. One of the biggest races on the ticket is for Indiana's governor. 6 candidates are vying for that Republican nomination, hoping to replace term-limited Governor Eric Holcomb. Senator Mike Braun, Lieutenant Governor Suzanne Crouch, and former Attorney General Curtis Hill are among them. Then there's Brad Chambers and Eric Doden, who've both led the Indiana Economic Development Corporation, and a late addition, Jamie Reitnorm. Well, with Mike Braun stepping down, his state Senate seat is up for grabs. Republican Jim Banks is running unopposed. 2 Democrats, Mark Carmichael and Valerie McRae, are seeking their party's nomination. Polls are open right now until 6 p.m. today. And remember, if you are in line by 6 o'clock, you will still be allowed to vote. We do have a voter guide posted on WHAS11.com.